Hey lovely beings, happy belated New Year's! Woo! Wait, do people even say that? Speaking of New Year's, how are you guys doing on your New Year's resolution so far? New Year's resolutions? We all know how that usually ends up. Yes, I'm going to be so motivated, I'm going to eat better, draw more, and make more videos, and be a better person! Let's do this! Oh, that's relatable. Reblog. As you can tell, I still need to work a lot on myself. There's no question about that, which makes me even more qualified to tell you guys some tips on how to stay motivated. So I'd like to share with you guys my top 5 tips on how to stay motivated for this year and hopefully forever. No promises though. Number 1, write down your goals and be specific. I know people always put that out there, but do we actually follow through with it and actually go ahead and do it? Being specific of what you want in life is very, very important. Personally, I keep a journal of my achievements and log through it as my goals change over time. I'd show you an entry of one of them, but then I had to kill you. Shh, it's a secret. If you find yourself start complaining about, there's so much work, why do I have to write down my goals and my progress? Well, think of it this way. How do you expect yourself to accomplish your long-term goal if you can't even spend 2 minutes writing down how you're doing on it? Goals, they take time and effort, much like our progress, so write it down. Another thing you can do is make a visual board. No, I don't mean an Instagram collage. Get an actual physical board. One that you can feel, touch, smell, all of that good stuff. That way you can visualize what kind of things inspire you to work harder. So I have things such as like quotes that inspire me, illustrators, artists, pictures that I find interesting, and also lifestyles that I want to eventually be living in. And the thing about this is that you'll be able to see what you actually might get in the future. In this perspective, it's a really good motivator. Be creative with your board and show who you really are through it. Yes, and get an actual board so you can touch it. Smells like success. Tip number 2, it's all psychological. It's all in your head. Now, what do I mean by that? The fear of failure, the overwhelming feeling of actually succeeding, the procrastination you face on a daily basis. These are all psychological. The better you understand your mind, the better you'll be able to subdue those thoughts that are preventing you from achieving your goals and put in positive things. Only then can you ride the sparkling unicorn into the field of meadows, into the sunset. I mean, if that's what you want. Number 3, something is better than nothing. Stop thinking! Just do! Take for example, you wanted to draw more. If you think about all that time you want to spend drawing, you end up not drawing. So counterproductive. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece if you want to draw more. Just draw. Like, you don't have to think about it. Just doodle, scribble, wreck your journal. It helps you reach your goal. It may be a slow process. At least you're doing something and slowly making your way, inching towards your ultimate dream. And it adds up in the long run, no? And as time passes, you'll be surprised what you accomplish in the end. Number 4, try to cut out things that do not seem to add value into the life you want to achieve. For example, if you have toxic friends or friends that are kind of holding you back or not very supportive, negative, generally negative people, cut them out. Yo, yeah? That sucks. Thanks? Surround yourself with supportive and positive people who are dying to help you out and love what they're doing. That way, it's contagious. You just feel it coming down and shining all over you. That vibe of positivity. So, starting to sound like a hippie. Anyways, that positivity will enshroud you. Okay, gotta stop. What I'm saying is, surround yourself with positive and supportive people. That way, you'll be able to live the kind of life you want. Unless you want to live a miserable and negative, unsupportive life, then by all means. As for external things that you want to get rid of, for example, your computer, your internet, which is your life, I have a suggestion. If you have Firefox as your main internet source, there's this extension called block site. It blocks websites that you put in. So say for example I wanted to block out YouTube and Tumblr and Facebook and Twitter and all those social medias. Put those into the website blocker, and next time you want to search it up, feeling distracted, it won't show up. Why? It's blocked, so you can't go on. It makes you realize that, hey, maybe I should be doing my work instead of going through these websites, which is pretty good and helpful. But if you have no self-control like me, I suggest you get a reliable friend to help you out on this one. Let them know a certain amount of time you want to block certain sites. Tell them the sites you want to be blocked, and they will put in a little password for you, so you won't be able to go on it unless you know the password. Now, this is where the reliable friend comes in, where they either give you the password when you're begging and dying to go on the internet or the websites, but they won't give it to you. I am not responsible for any friend-related deaths, just as a disclaimer. Number 5, death. Kind of sounds sadistic, right? But hear me out for a second. Thought that you could die at any millisecond, second, hour, day, month, year, century. It's like the ultimate peer pressure. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your tombstone to say? Died of over procrastination? I don't think so. If you think about it, the universe is so vast and unpredictable, and we can't just let ourselves lose to the universe. Don't let the universe win. Make something of yourself before your time stops ticking. Why do people follow a set of guidelines or rules for staying motivated? One thing may be helpful for someone and not as helpful for another person. We live in a sort of trial and error world, so do more of what you feel makes you happy, and then you'll be on the right track. And why should we always wait for New Year's to make New Year's resolutions and goals? Treat every day like a new year. Remember, you are your own motivator. Which leads me to this question. What kind of things work for you? What keeps you motivated? Let's have a discussion and a collection of thoughts and just help each other out. After all, sharing is caring. Leave your creative responses in the comments section below, and I will see you when I'm not procrastinating. Hey. Anyways, I jibber-jabbered way too long, and you probably aren't even watching this or skipped through this video. If you made it this far, thank you, and I hope this was helpful. Let's make 2014 a better 2013. Stay colorful. Bye.